All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate Hearing Agenda for Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. According to Verizon, it's 5:33, so we can get started. My name's Doug McGibbon. I'm the Special Magistrate. First thing I'm going to do is swear everyone in. This will probably happen one or two times as strays wander in. So everyone, please raise your right hand. Say, I do, and we're done. Does everyone swear or affirm that the testimony they're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, we got a good crowd. Everyone knows their right from their left. All right, most of our hearings this evening will either be fine assessment hearings or violation hearings. Hopefully everyone signed in on the agenda, so they have pulled your file so we can get to you first to get you out of here. When we get to the fine assessment and the violation hearings, the village will go first. They will show you some documentation, ask if you object. They will present their case. You can question them. You get to present your case. You can testify, or you can present witnesses if you wish. That all switches when we get to the fine mitigation cases. On the second to last page, those people have been through a violation, or third to last page, a violation hearing, a fine assessment hearing. They are asking for relief, so they will go first. I think I've hit all the high points. Please proceed, Village of Royal Palm Beach.
Thank you, sir. Amity Barnard, Village Attorney. We're starting on the agenda violation hearings. It's on page 3, case 23-0, near the bottom of the page, 23-0512787 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Tara Renee Delia.
Come on down. Go over here. Oh, when you hear your name called, please go to the microphone and identify yourself. There, that's the part I
You
missed.
forgot that part. I didn't miss that.
See, you didn't tell me.
That's all right.
It's all good. We're all there in the same boat.
Dina Foley, Code Officer for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. The code section is 622-105.5. The description is permit has expired 06-1076. This was written on 5/15/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/16/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 7/25/23 and was also posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing and affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, permit information.
You have copies? Then I need them, so give them to you.
Here you go.
Gotcha.
Not a problem.
Terry Renee Delia.
These are the exhibits, so would you like to enter into evidence?
Okay.
Affidavit of service.
You get to keep track of this.
You're fine.
I
Yes.
just walked in. So we get to remember to swear her in later. Okay. All right, so this is a 2006 permit case. Is that what happens when they clean out their drawers to move to the new building?
I don't know.
I mean, this is,
But she's already working on it, so we're just
yeah,
ask
we're
for
just going to
time.
give her some more time. She's already sent over, it's in for review, 9/11, 9/11. What was the permit for anyway?
Carport,
Carport. We don't even have those.
enclosing the carport area and,
We used to call that Florida rooms.
okay, Florida room will work.
That's it. You take your carport and you put some bricks up or blocks up and you put a window in there and say, hey, look, I got a new room. All right, so they say you need to do something with your permit. You're trying to do something with your permit
I
because
renewed
I
the
see.
permit. I renewed it.
Well, you're trying to renew it.
Okay, sorry.
That's technical. When it does get renewed, you will have 6 months to get your inspections and everything else done. What time frames were you going to give the lady?
We're asking for compliance by October 26th or the November 8th fine assessment hearing, or $25 a day fine.
All right, 25. All right, so we're what, 9/12 right now?
9/13. That's plenty of
9/13,
time.
So it gives her a month and a week off. Yeah, you should be able to do it in that time. right now, you're done pretty much. It's just the village's turn to approve the extension, and then you will get your inspection done, and then the building permit people will close their file. All right, 10/26, 11/8/25 is granted. You'll get an order in the mail. When you get your permit, and this goes for everyone in the room, the only part of my order that is in bold is on the second page, and it says, if you fixed your stuff, please call the village so they can do an inspection, so they can verify that it's done on time. I have literally watched people fix things on the way home from one of these meetings. And, you know, they can do it, and I saw it, but if they don't call for an inspection, it really doesn't count. So when you get your permit, give them a call. That way they can make sure it's out of their hair and back into the building department. Okay?
Gotcha.
You get an order in the mail. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And next.
We're moving back to page 2, the first violation hearing on the bottom of the page, 23-0381, 832 Lilac Drive, Elvis and Autumn, Ray and Mella.
Oh, my friends from the other building. See, they followed me here and they followed me there.
Code section 9406190A15HD and 15132. The fence is in disrepair, sidewalk is stained, storm shutters are up, planting areas are overgrown. I observed this on 4/14/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 4/17/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail 7/5/23 and was also posted. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing and affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
Elvis Miller?
Autumn.
These are the exhibits that Phyllis would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service violation. Notice of violation itself. Same thing, affidavit of service, notice of hearing. Notice of hearing itself. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership from the tax collector website to show you own the property. Exhibit 4 is photographs. Any objection to these documents being entered?
I'm not sure, those 3 pictures look exactly the same, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure what's
I'll
being.
flash them on the screen in a second, and then if you want to search over.
Okay.
But they're dated different.
Ah,
Typically how it works, these are the lines that are
Got it.
different, but I'll put them on the screen so they're bigger.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, any objection to the documents?
No,
Nope. All right, admitted without objection. We have service via posting. That's one of the few times in my life someone's ever
I know,
said that
sorry.
to me. My wife says, I can hear you all the way across the house. All right, so we have service via posting, and we have all kinds of pictures that the lovely code officer is going to talk about. So what do we have up here?
Can you explain those pictures? What's in the photos?
This one, the shutter is up on the back by the fence. And the fence is leaning. Some of the slats are broken. And this one, the planting areas are overgrown.
I think it's a different date. They're turned sideways. I guess they're turned up.
Okay.
And Special Magistrate, for your records, 06190A, no, I'm sorry, D and H, just D and H of that section, and 15132 are findings of fact.
And what are they finding as a fact of? Sidewalk?
There, the planting areas are overgrown and the storm shutters.
It would be an interesting Venn diagram here. Gotcha. So that's findings of fact on 6190A.
And not A, I'm sorry, I misspoke, just 190 D and H.
Makes it even worse. Looking D and H and 15132.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's that, which leaves us a fence in disrepair and sidewalk is stained, correct? Okay. I rescued a dog from Big Dog Ranch named Elvis Flapjack. I think they ran out of names because that was just the weirdest combination I've ever seen. We named him Finn. All right, so you think you can get these things fixed by, what are our dates here?
We're asking for the same 1026,
1026,
11/8, or
so-
$25 a day fine.
That gives you
Just
about
put a-
6 weeks to to do it? You've already done half of it, so.
We think so because we put in a permit on 825. It got approved and it's in planning as of 9/11 for our fence company to come in and go ahead and
Redo the whole fence?
Yeah, we're replacing the whole fence.
Okay.
So I think we should be able to hit it. It depends on the time that they get the permit because they said a week after they send utility to do another utility run, and then the following week they start the preparation of replacing and installing the new fence.
All right, so we're going to give them till 11/1 probably, at least gives them another week more to get it done, just because you have actually fixed half of it and you're working on the rest of it. I bet you won't even mind having a new fence. So
No, we've been
It's long overdue.
long overdue.
I pressure clean my fence every year. Right now, you can see the green mold growing at the bottom because of the rainy season. When the rainy season's over, I pressure clean it, it dries out. I've had that fence up for 22 years. Oh, no, I take that back. 19 years. My daughter's about to turn 20. I put it up on her first birthday. So they will last if you take care of them.
Oh yeah, we actually just moved into that
Yeah.
house 3 years ago. So for us, that fence needed to be gone when we got there.
That's
So
okay.
on its way out.
All right, so the planting area is a good fence and the sidewalk is stained. Time for a pressure washer, borrow one from a neighbor, whatever.
And the slurm shutters were already removed.
Yeah, no, I've got findings of fact on the planting areas and the storm shutters, so that's good. All right, so finding of facts on 6190 D and H and 115, 132, and on 946 190 A15, 11-1, 11-8, 25. Is that good? Is that good?
Sure.
You'll get an order in the mail. Thank you.
Thank you.
And remember my admonishment, when you get it done, give them a call so they can show.
Run the inspection.
Guys, we love to show off our stuff, so, show off your brand new fence to the code enforcement officer.
We'll do.
Thank you very
Have a good
much.
one.
Thank you. Moving to page 3, case 23-0469, 642 Peppergrass Run, Tamara Santiago or Tamara.
Code Section 06-190A15, the sidewalk is stained. Observed this on 5/9/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/11/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 7/21/23 and was also posted. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing and affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
Tamara Santiago.
Thank you, ma'am. These are the exhibits the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation, affidavit of service.
642.
Notice came back deliverable. Exhibit 2 is the affidavit of service for the notice of hearing pertaining to using the notice of hearing itself. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership and showing you the property. Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered into the record?
I just have one simple question.
Okay, we'll get the documents in, then you can ask the
Okay.
question. Any objection to this, the paperwork?
No, I just
Okay.
want to talk about this.
All right,
one.
did you
sure,
with
get a
that
chance.
objection?
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay, so you're going to tell me the sidewalk is dirty?
I'm sorry?
Said you're going to tell me the sidewalk is dirty?
Yes.
She wants to comment on the second picture, I think is what her comment was about, or the question.
Okay, I'm just getting the prima facie case in there. It's sidewalk is stained, now we have sidewalk is stained. All right, you had a question, ma'am?
Yes, I just want to let you know that if you look at the pictures closely, the tree that is right there that belongs to Royal Palm, it's actually one that actually throws stain on the floor. The second time that they actually approached the property, they were cleaning the house right next door that same day. And that was only about a couple of weeks ago. I just took a picture this week, just so you guys can see, just for you to see how bad is that tree. So right where that tree is, unfortunately, we get that area very stained constantly. So whenever you guys gave us the first notice, my apology for not calling, like he's saying, and notify you guys. But it has been cleaned multiple times. And I actually just brought a picture just so you guys can see that the door next door of the second picture that you took that day, they were actually cleaning that area. and I can show you today how it looks today, and it was only 2 weeks ago.
Show
Yes.
us.
And just so, Special Magistrate, the picture that's on the screen is from yesterday.
I understand, but she wants to show some evidence, so we're gonna let
You have
the
a
lady
picture
show
with
it.
you?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, we'll look at it. So is this like a black olive tree or something?
It's,
Is it
it
cottonwood?
actually stains my car. I have a white car, and unfortunately, it's a yellow stain that is very hard for it to come off.
Oh, wow.
Whenever you're ready,
You've
I
got
can show
actual
you the
photographs.
pictures.
No, you're gonna show them to the attorney first, and then she'll let me see them. Wow, someone's not gonna show me their phone.
Okay, so this one is more clear. So if you look, this is the house that they were actually cleaning that same day that they took the picture on the second day. This area was definitely white 2 weeks ago. This is my sidewalk right here.
Did you clean it
This
today?
is, no.
No, she's saying the next door neighbor
We
cleaned
cleaned
it,
it
and
2
2
days
weeks
ago.
later, it looked like this.
When you guys take a picture, the shadow of the tree actually is very tense. Actually, my son has a pressure washing machine that he does car washing. So every time he's washing that off. But I just want to show you how deep it is on that tree. How
So which yard is yours? This one?
this is my yard. This is the one next door.
What is this photo from?
This is from 2 days ago. I'm not sure why you're saying that you got that picture from yesterday.
All right, she's saying that the neighbor cleaned her to,
I just took this picture yesterday.
no,
No,
that's-
she's saying this
it
is
has
more-
nothing to do with yesterday's picture.
That's different than that picture.
Yeah, she's just saying that even if I clean it today, it'll stain
But
in
she's
within
saying
2
that
weeks.
She's saying that picture's today, the clean part is today. But she didn't clean it today or yesterday.
Oh, no, this is still the neighbors. She's just
What
talking
I'm
about the
trying
neighbors.
to explain is that the tree makes a big difference. So if you look at the pictures that the young lady showed you earlier,
They're on the screen
the
there.
picture in front of the house, did you notice how it's way lighter than the one right under the tree? That's
Oh,
why
I can
I'm trying to
see the
explain.
shadow that goes over to the pavers, and
Yes.
the sidewalk seems much cleaner.
Mhm.
What you really need to do here is you just need to have your son clean it, call that day, have her come out and inspect it, and then you will be back. But it's going to be a continual problem here while you have that tree.
I actually have video on my phone from a couple of days ago that we cleaned it while they were cleaning it.
I was just out there yesterday. This picture is from yesterday.
Yeah, the picture shows
Would you like to see the
dark
video on the
spots.
phone?
I'm just letting you know, I was there yesterday and took this photo.
So yeah, a lot of times people who clean cars use electric power washers, and they're only like 1,500 psi.
I have-
No, just
That's our business. So I have power wash right there in my house. We clean that constantly.
understood, but I'm just
What
trying to
I'm trying
say,
to say is
a
that
lot of
that
electric.
tree-
You just want to talk over me.
Mhm.
I'll be quiet now for a while. Are you done?
Go ahead, sir.
I say a lot of pressure washer people use electric pressure cleaners because they don't want to damage paint jobs. They're usually 1,500 psi. They don't have enough pressure to get everything off well. My home pressure cleaner is like 3,100 psi. When I clean my driveways and sidewalks, I borrow my neighbor's pressure washer, which is a DeWalt, which is 4,500 psi. It would clean this off in a minute. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you time to clean this up. You're going to have it cleaned. You're going to call that day so she can verify it's done, and that will take care of this case. But you're going to have a problem there while you have trees there. So I don't know what you have to do to talk to the village about removing them or pruning them.
That, it's their HOA. This is.
Oh, it's their
not the
HOA?
village. This is the
Do you
village.
know that,
That's the
I mean,
homeowners.
when we take a video, it gives you actually the date stamp, correct?
And
So would
we-
you like me to show you the video
when we-
from yesterday?
When you're more than welcome to do that, but when we are out taking pictures also,
Mhm.
they have it stamped that we're there in front of your home taking that picture. So if you need proof as well, the village can provide that for you.
Okay,
So the
We have
HOA,
GPS
Is
We
my
have
proof-
GPS showing that we are sitting in front of your home taking that picture yesterday.
I understand, and I also have the proof
Okay.
in my
So- so
camera.
you're
of what it
I
geolocated.
just
shows.
want you to understand that I was there, I took this photo yesterday.
What time were you there?
okay. What I see with the 912 picture, which is on the screen, shows staining on the sidewalk. Okay, that's one up here, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if it's stained in the last few days, it's stained in the last few days and you gotta take care of it again, but obviously, that's dirty right now. So, you need to clean it up, you need to call, they will inspect it and they will say you have complied
Do
and
me a
then it will
favor,
come.
and if you pass tomorrow, you can go and knock on my door,
I
because
will.
it's definitely clean right now. But
Okay.
I can also go ahead and show you the video, the timestamp and everything, that it doesn't lie, where it was done.
That's fine, she probably
Okay.
took a picture before you had it cleaned, it's all good. All right, so this is another 10/26, 11/8/25.
yes, sir.
May I ask a question also? I do
Sure.
have another concern. On your paperwork, you actually brought me here for two different things, which it was for the car park on the grass, and I also would like to know where that came from.
Well, you're only cited for one, and I would assume car parked on the grass was
My
because there's a,
paperwork says two things. When I came here, it only shows one.
Because
You
it
have-
came into compliance with the second one when I came out. You had a car, I think it was parked alongside of the driveway or up on the front lawn, on the original violation, or the courtesy notice. So when we come back out and we don't see that, we don't add it to the agenda because that came into compliance prior to the given date to comply.
and also, I'm looking at this picture, I see what appears to either be a motorcycle with a sidecar or a tri motorcycle
It's not
parked
in
in
the
the
grass.
yard. It's not in the grass, but it's still in the front yard. That's not part of your driveway. So, you know, you're talking about stuff that's not here, we don't care about that, but you have other problems there you might want to deal with too.
This
Okay.
cannot be parked here, that's considered the front yard. And the reason that didn't come to hearing tonight, because like I said, when I came back out for the reinspection, the only thing at that time that was out of compliance was the sidewalk. The vehicle wasn't there. When I came back yesterday to take the picture, obviously it was there, but we can't just add that to the agenda tonight. But I'm just letting you know that cannot be parked there. And if you park alongside the driveway on the grass, that's also considered the front yard. I can meet you at your property on tomorrow or Friday and go over things with you if you would
90% of the houses in their park.
like. I understand
Around the
that. I
sidewalk.
understand that.
We call that throwing the neighbors under the bus.
I'm not sure who's calling her, because every single day I have pictures of other cars
And
being
I-
parked completely on the grass.
And I understand that, and they may be written and they may not. The sheriff is also in there writing warnings, you know? It's just when we go out there, it's what we see, what we write.
Okay. 10/26, 11/8/25 granted.
Thank you. Next one on the same page, 23-0478, 10114 Patience Lane, Marcelo Adamir R. Hirado and Angelica M. Rios Alvino.
Code section 622105.5. Let me make sure I'm on the right one. Permit 222116 is expired. This was written on 5/12/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/13/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 7/23/20 or 7/25/23 and was also posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing and affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, permit information.
Adamir Tovar.
These are the exhibits that would like to enter into evidence. The first one is affidavit of service for the notice of violation. The notice of violation which came back, returned to sender. Affidavit of service for the notice of hearing. Hearing, for tonight's hearing. Verification of ownership showing that you,
Maybe.
hold on, whatever.
We're on 10114 patient.
Here, take these from me. Notes.
same affidavit of service for the notice of violation, the notice of violation itself. Exhibit 2, affidavit of service for the notice of hearing and the notice of hearing. That's you. Verification of ownership, this is exhibit 3. Exhibit 4 is the village's permit information. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thanks.
All right. Admit with that objection. So the building department dumps all these files on code enforcement because they can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
Now, you had a solar system permit. What happened with it?
Well, I'm totally frustrated with this company. I mean, they never finished the job. I mean, they just need to put the panels done, and it's done. They set up a final inspection. They call me one day before to cancel, and that's the time I never hear from them until I call them a month before. A month after, and ask them why. I mean, they didn't come to finish the job. Also, they set up bad on the racks on my roof and in the front of my roof, which is not the plan from before. And I asked them to fix it too. And from now on, I mean, I am trying to talk to them several times, but I didn't get any response. Now, I mean, I called an attorney to try to call them before we sue the company, because they accept my calls. When I call customer service, they said, somebody's gonna do a follow-up for you. I mean, they call me back again and say, hey, somebody's gonna call you and set up a time with the roofing company to fix your roof and also do the installation. But then it's like a game, it's coming and coming like same thing. And I don't know what to do now. I mean, I'm thinking to spend money on hiring somebody to help me with this.
I have heard so many bad solar permit stories here. It scares me to death.
Yeah.
It would scare me into not doing solar just because I have not heard of a lot of positive effects.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, believe me.
Yeah, believe me, they've stopped by. I live in La Mancha. They've stopped by my house and say, "Oh yeah, we'll do solar for you. It'll cut down your bill. FP&O will be like, a distant memory," and they lie like crazy. I mean, I've just seen so many people. They'll put up the panels even, but they won't get a final inspection. It's just nuts. So, all right. So this poor person has found one of these terrible solar companies. They're trying to work it out.
Could we set this one for status? The difficulty is that this was written back in May,
Yeah.
so we're 4 months in already. I wouldn't mind if you set it for status in November, just to show that he's continuing to make progress towards getting this resolved.
Okay. So you want a status hearing on the 18th of November, correct?
Or just,
The 8th.
yeah, the 8th is the hearing
Or
date. Just
11/8.
set your compliance date of 10/26 and then status/fine on 11/8.
10/26.
Okay.
And then if he needs additional time at that point.
All right, so what they're saying is you're going to get an order that says you need to fix this by 10/26. Now, they understand that it probably will not happen, so we'll come back, and it's not really a violation hearing or a fine assessment hearing. It's more a status hearing to see what's going on. It'll also give something for you to email to them or your attorney that says, not only are you not fixing this, but now I'm under threat of getting fined by Royal Palm Beach, and I'm going to hire an attorney and sue the stuffing out of you, and maybe, just maybe that'll help.
We already submit an email to them with my attorney.
Yeah, but
And
this gives them also another thing.
yeah,
to
exactly.
think
No, I
about.
understand. Yep. We'll do that. Yeah.
Because you'll get my order probably next week sometime.
Okay.
Send it off to them immediately.
Mhm.
When you come back here on 11/8, we're just going to see what happened. What happened to their response to your attorneys in your letter with the fine order,
Okay.
or with the violation order. Is it a violation or fine assessment?
This is a
This
violation hearing.
With the violation order, and say, and tell them they're going to be responsible for all of this, and they better get someone out there to fix it. And hopefully that'll do something.
Thank
Because I understand, I've sat here and just figured it out for 14 years. And I hear these cases over the last 2 or 3 years, we get at least like one an agenda where someone's getting toasted by a solar company.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
It is. It should be something wonderful. It should be,
And all my metal roof is bad now. I mean, because they put in the wrong place those racks, and I don't know. Dealing with
even
this
worse.
situation is really bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you do it as a PACE loan?
I'm sorry.
Did you do a PACE financing project for that, or no?
We do finance, yes, but they cancel them because they didn't finish the job on time, and that's why they get more time by their own. I didn't say nothing,
Yeah, so
but
it's a little
then
different, yeah.
they stop. They didn't do more.
Yeah, they even put them on the wrong side, too. It's great. All right, we'll see you in November and see what happened with
Okay,
it.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Next, we're going to page 4. Top of the page, 23-0565, 778 Carissa Drive, Jose A. Martinez. You're fine. You're fine, sir, don't worry.
Code Section 142-06190E, 124C, miscellaneous items in the carport, garbage can is in public view. Observed this on 5/17/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/20/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 7/21/23 and was also posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay, and you are Dr. Jose Martinez, and you are not, but it just looks on my agenda. It's like DR and then Jose Martinez. It's Drive. So,
Jose Martinez.
see, Dr. Martinez.
These exhibits are what, excuse me, these are the exhibits that would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation. Notice of violation itself. Affidavit of service for the notice of hearing. The notice of hearing for today's hearing. Verification showing you're the owner of the property. And then photographs of the violation. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. Let me check service and look at the photos. We have service via posting. We do. All right. So you're a Chevy person. Okay. All right. Please proceed. I saw the garbage can out there, and
And for your record, Special Magistrate, that section 12.4C, which is the garbage can, is a finding of fact.
good. He found some lattice.
And the other sections, we're asking for the same dates, compliance by 10/26 or the 11/8 fine hearing, or $25 a day fine.
Okay, so they're asking that you're asking that the items next to the garbage can, those sort of things, are put away, and the carport items are put away?
Yes.
Just so we understand what's going on here. All right, there, leave that picture up. Okay, so, Mr. Martinez, what is your response? You fixed the garbage can,
Yes.
so that's
Fix
not
the
a
garbage
problem.
can.
You've got other things that need to be placed somewhere else other than on the carport.
Right.
And the things near the garbage can need to be put somewhere else too.
Well, I got. I spoke to her. I guess we're meeting up out there Friday. So.
Okay, so it'll be fixed on Friday, but we're still going to give everyone the same amount of time. It's going to be a
Yeah.
10/26, 11/8.
Yes, sir. And finding of fact on 12.4C.
Yeah, I got that one already. All right, so you have until October 26th to fix it, but you're going to fix it by, today's the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 14th?
15th.
14th
Today's the
or 15th?
13th.
Okay, it's 13th. I'm on day off. Yes, I am a day off. All right, but you're going to fix it in 2 days. She'll give you what is known as an affidavit of
He did that.
compliance for your file. You will be taken care of, and life is good. You will be subject to repeat offender violations, so don't do this again for 5 years, and then you'll be clear again.
All
Okay?
right. Okay.
Chevy person, I'm a Ford guy. We're okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All Thank you. You get an order in the mail. You don't have to worry about calling her because you're already going to see her.
See you Friday.
Staying on the same page, 23-0651, 869 Orchid Drive, Terry Cooper and Wayne Johnson.
Code Section 144A, disabled vehicle. I observed this on 6/20/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 6/28/23, and I had actual service. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 8/10/23 and was signed for on 8/17/23. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; and Exhibit 4, pictures.
Names for the record?
Terry Cooper. Shamita Shatini. My daughter. SHER MITA. Shatini SCHETTINI.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing, as well as the return of unsigned green card.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing you own the property. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violation. Any objection to just the documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. So which car are we talking about?
Both of them.
I wrote on your thing.
Okay.
Those cars belong to Derek, my brother. When he was living with me, he never removed those cars. So we've been fighting with him to get him to move these cars. I don't know where he lived. I don't have an address, but he worked in the community of the village. So I approached him about these cars to have them removed when I first got the notice. He avoided me. He got in his vehicle and left. My daughter saw him about a week and a half ago and tried to approach him about the cars. And what did he tell you?
He told me, go see the judge, because I told him the situation, that she got served notice and that she would be fined if she don't get it corrected, and that she had a hearing to see the judge. He's like, go see the judge. And he walked off. He does not care.
Well, you tell him that you're going to have them towed because the judge says you're going to get fined.
Yes.
And then have them towed.
Here's the thing, the tow companies, if you don't have title
Yeah.
to the vehicle, they don't want to tow them. So I tried calling like the police, and they're like, they're not in the road, they're on private property. They can't do anything either.
She's been in quite a few times trying to get this resolved, and we're just at a
Yeah, we're at a point
don't
where
know
she's stuck.
where to go.
I'm trying to figure a way out of this without the title. Now, if you have a car title, you can just call the tow company. They'll take it down to Benoist Farms, and one of those places will buy it for $250. Done it myself. So no big deal.
I'm willing to do what I got to do to get those vehicles removed off my property.
Yeah.
Legally, though.
Yeah, I know legally.
You have anywhere you can move them to?
No.
Because
They-
you could get a private towing company just to tow them somewhere. It's a question of where would you get them to go?
That's-
Because they would not be at your property any longer. I don't know if they're just towed to a parking lot somewhere. Maybe they can tow it out of the parking lot. You know, the
Whatever.
police would do that, but
Yeah, the police.
so that may be a partial solution. You know, tell the brother that we're gonna get fined and we're gonna tow your cars out to the middle of nowhere, and then call the police and say they're abandoned and they're gonna get impounded and he's gonna lose them.
You know, thing is, he won't talk to us.
Well, that's what you're gonna tell him if he has any love of his. This looks like a
It's a 59
Cadillac and
and a 57.
No, it's not. It looks like a 70s Lincoln and a 70s Cadillac. Believe me, my mother's boyfriend had a 65. They have fins. It was a huge honking car. It had these big bullet bumpers in the front and stuff. So these aren't that old. They're not even that cool. You know?
Ms. Cooper, do they run?
No, they don't run because they're sitting on the tires are flat. They rotten, so we tried to.
They're just weathering.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to maybe call a tow company and have it towed somewhere. I don't know to where, though. That's the problem. We're going to give them some more time because this is
Put
a
them on the cart and
conundrum,
let them tag it.
and it may take more than a month to deal with, and it's really not theirs. So let's give them to the end of 11 and come for the 12 hearing.
Okay.
When is the 12 hearing? We can figure that out first.
Hold on just one sec.
Oh, look at that, old school calendar.
Look at that, 1985, coming right back at you.
It was a
The
great year.
December hearing is 12/13.
All right, 12/13, so back it off to
12/8.
12/8. Or $25. Yeah, at least this gives you I'm giving you an extra month.
Okay, thank you.
So that gives you an opportunity to talk to him and tell him seriously, I'm gonna have him pulled and abandoned somewhere, and then the cops are just gonna tow him out.
Okay.
And that's probably your best solution. If he's not gonna talk to you and not gonna deal with you, you know, you're gonna text him and say they're in the parking lot at X or Y or wherever they are going to be. And
Okay.
then he can deal with it from there if he wants them. Otherwise, you know, the police will probably impound them, and then the company will end up owning it because he'll never be able to pay the impound fees.
Thank you.
Okay? So good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next, please. Excuse me, sir, front row, your flashlight's on. It's really just... yeah, it's
We're
like-
going to page 5, 23-0686, 1222 Stardust Way, Fausto J. Figueroa.
Margaret Hancock, Code Enforcement Officer for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. Code Section 622-108.4, get that first. 2318B306135, installed pavers without a permit, parking on the lawn, and house numbers are not posted on the structure. I observed this violation on 6/27/23. Now knows the violation, certified mail on 7/5/23. Received that on 7/8/23. Sent out notice of hearing on 8/2/23 and posted that to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 permit information.
Okay, have you been sworn in? Were you sworn in?
Did you raise your right hand and get sworn in at the beginning?
No, she didn't.
They
I
don't think they
'cause I
did.
remember someone with black outfit walked in late. All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say, I do. I do.
What
Okay.
what are your names for the record?
J.C. Everett.
Spell it, please.
J-E-I-S-Y.
Uh-huh.
Everett. E-V-E-R-E-T-T.
And the gentleman?
Fausto.
Fausto.
Fausto, okay, thank you.
Down.
Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the green card. Exhibit 2 is affidavit of service for the notice of hearing. Notice of hearing with the green card returned. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership showing Fausto owns the property. Exhibit 4 is village's permit information. And exhibit 5. Sorry, they're out of order. That was exhibit 5. This is exhibit 4 photos. And then exhibit 5, this is the permit information. Any objection to the documents being entered? Okay.
All right, admit without objection. All right, so what's wrong with this one, code officer? You have service via signed green card, by the way.
They installed pavers in the backyard. They did not get a permit. In this picture, you can see that,
Stop for a second, they're translating.
pardon me?
They're translating.
As you can see in this picture here, the white van is parked on the front lawn.
Stop. Okay, next.
There's a trailer parked in the back left part of the yard, which you can see it from a different photo.
Where is it? Oh, back there.
That's a
Okay.
trailer, and it's in the backyard. And they already have a vehicle parked on the other side of the house, so they're parking on both sides of the lawn as well. And then the house numbers are not posted on the house.
Now, who installed the wood barrier between your two houses?
The fence?
No.
Who's the neighbor?
Yeah. Probably because they don't want you spilling over into their yard.
Probably.
All right, so the house numbers are easy. Home Depot, like 5-inch letters?
Yeah, before, I think.
I don't know, 4 or 5. Usually Home Depots are 6, so they're
Yeah.
way over.
They just ordered
Yeah.
it at
That's the easy one, you know. Put some house numbers up. Fire department will appreciate it. Parking on the lawn. You can park in the swale. Do you tell them you can park in the swale in the direction of traffic? So that will take care of your van. If you move it over there to the swale, it will also, you know, you're just killing grass in a different spot, but it's legal there. And you need to get a permit for the pavers
Yeah.
in the backyard, or you need to remove them.
I have a question about that. They have tried to for the permit for the paper in the front and the back, but you guys told them that the surveys have a problem, and they went to the survey office and they told them that the survey doesn't have nothing. So
Survey doesn't have what?
doesn't have nothing like at the city here told them that the survey is wrong.
All right, the survey has to have something called a, what is it?
Impervious.
Impervious surface calculation.
It's actually a different piece of paper, but it's submitted with the
I
survey.
think they they bring it. They say
All right, see, that's what, the only thing I can see hanging it up would be is no? What's the problem?
I'm not
with
sure
survey?
what, I don't know what she means
It would
by the
also
survey
need
has
updated.
nothing. Yeah, maybe it's an outdated survey.
Yeah. The survey may be old too.
no. They just like a few months when
Understood.
they do the fence, you guys ask them to bring a new survey, and they bring it. Everything will go with the fence good, but now they try with the papers at the front, the driveway, and it said that you guys doesn't accept the survey.
With a fence, you would not need an updated survey. You could use an old one.
No, I
But to
mean
put the
that
pavers, it would have to be updated within 2 years. So if the survey is more than 2 years old, you would need to get that updated. So you would call the survey company who did your survey, it should be on there, have them come back out and update it.
they have just like 8 months. It's not. They got the survey this year.
That shouldn't be the problem then, yeah.
So then there shouldn't be a problem with it. You're just going to mark on that survey where the pavers are. You're going to do the impervious area. You're going to mark on there where all your plants are, and you're going to submit all that. And you have homestead exemption?
Say that he came here to the office and told them that the survey was wrong. They have like another measurements. And they went back to the survey office and they told them that the survey was fine.
All right, well, he has to find out why the survey was wrong. Was the survey too old? Was the survey not sealed? You know, there's things he probably didn't ask.
So he said he's gonna bring the permit. He's gonna do it, the paper, and he's gonna do the driveway in the front where the van is.
Right, well,
You'll have to get a permit.
yeah, he just needs
He's
the
gonna get
permit.
it.
He just needs to submit it properly.
And then the trailer on the other side of the house, and I believe you have a car parked there in the backyard too, behind the fence. You can only park on one side of your house.
Dice que tú solo puedes parquear si le traes
So you're either gonna have to move the motor home over to that side with everything else and make sure it fits within the side of the house, or you're gonna have to move everything where the motor home is, and again, it would have to fit within the side of the house. And the same with the trailer that's in the driveway now, that's a whole new issue. And that needs to be behind the fence as well.
Too many cars, too many
much, yeah.
trailers.
This one, we're asking for compliance by the same dates, 10/26,
I'm
11/8.
just waiting for them to finish
25.
translating. All right, so the home out number fix is easy. He needs to call when he does each of these things, so they can come by and look. All right, that one's the easy one. Just park the van on the swale until you get your permit for the pavers. So tell him to do that.
We can park it in the driveway because they gotta move that trailer anyhow.
Well, you can put it in the driveway or the swale, it doesn't matter, it's not illegal there. It just has to be moved every 24 hours. Okay, and then the hard one is the permit. He needs to find out what is wrong with the survey. It may not have the calculations they need. If it's new, it should be good otherwise.
And Special Magistrate, just so they understand,
He said that he have like a storage at the yard, but he removed it. But was on the survey, so he removed it because it doesn't belong to the yard. But he removed it, and now.
All right, so he had a shed or something that he removed?
No, solo el storage, no? Just in the storage.
So he removed a shed or something and it's not on the survey anymore? I'm trying to understand.
Que si ya.
Yeah.
¿No viste algo que no estaba que estaba en el survey? Ya.
Okay.
so that's
so-
probably what's wrong with the survey. If there's a shed there, that's gonna affect the pervious
Right, that's what
calculation,
I'm finally
right?
getting to. See, the shed is a problem because it occupies impervious surface, which means rain can't go through it. So if they remove the shed from the survey, it makes it easier for him to build his pavers.
He said if he need a permit for an storage from 6x4. If he need
Yeah, he needs a permit for any structure. So he needs to come down and find out what's wrong with his survey so he can fix it. If it's the shed that's been removed, then you have to get another survey showing no shed. Okay?
And just so they understand, Special Magistrate, there's no need to call when the house number, she won't comply until everything's complied. So
Okay.
call for the inspection once everything is
Well,
done.
We'll see if he gets even that done. All right, so 10/26, 11/8/25.
Yes, sir.
All right, so he needs to fix this by October 26th, or he comes back on November 10th,
Thank you.
November 8th.
or November 8th.
Para que tengas todo listo.
Okay? You get an order in the mail.
Now we're moving to fine mitigation hearings, top of page 6, 08-1645, 107 Princess Court, Mark E. and Ann Lebowski. And the second case on that page is also the same people, 18-0842, 107 Princess Court, Ann L. Lebowski.
Now we make it to that part of our program where you guys get to go first because you're the ones who are asking for relief. We've got two cases, one from 2008, one from 2018. I'm sure the 2008 case is a healthy number now.
And she's got a couple of exhibits for both cases to get into the record before they begin.
Okay, so they're going to put some documents into the record, then you can start. Go ahead.
For case 18-842, we would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance. For case 18-842, we'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1. Oh, okay.
No, she did 18 first.
Okay, I'm sorry. 08-1645. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
All right, what are the amount of the fines?
In 08-1645, $266,350. And in case 18-0842, $44,050.
Okay, and who are we?
Samantha Lebowski. And Brittany Carrick. We are the children of the former owners who have passed away.
Okay, and I got the Samantha. That was the easy one because we have the name.
Brittany Carrick, K-I-R-I-K.
And when did they pass away?
Our mother was first, 2017, and then our father was in 2021.
Okay, so this is in probate, I take it?
Yes, we're currently in probate. We were estranged from our father. He was an addict, and it was a really traumatic, abusive situation. So as soon as we, found out about the fines, we acted immediately to go into compliance. We are currently in probate, just trying to settle his both estates. There was no will or anything that was set up, so it's kind of been a long road. We do have buyers that are interested in the property. What else?
Can I ask him a couple of questions too?
Sure, go right ahead.
This is in foreclosure, correct?
Right. So that's essentially also. I mean, like again, our father was like threatening us not to go near the property, and we had no relation with him, so we were like very scared to even open any of this up, and it's quite traumatic for us. So right, we are just now, because it's been in foreclosure and like our lawyers like heard about this. I mean, we'd have like no idea like any of this. We're just now finally in probate for our father's estate, and we're the personal representatives right now, so we're like in that phase.
All right, so we've got a mortgage foreclosure running. And how much is the mortgage foreclosure for? Do you know?
I think that's nearly 200,000.
200?
Yeah. So right, and we have buyers right now. We're in contract. They're really excited to renovate the property. They have a hard money loan to like fully renovate, of course. But yeah, this is our only inheritance. We're not making much because it's been in very bad, like the house is in a very bad condition. So yeah, we really can't afford to pay this, of course. And
Well, how much do you propose to pay for each of these, if anything?
I mean, we understand like if there was like original fines, but I mean, yeah, we just had no knowledge of any of this. Of course, we were children when these fines, accrued, and so we just are asking for the most assistance possible so that we can go ahead and proceed with the closure of the home, and it can be sold to a new family that can fix it up and beautify it. And we grew up in this property our whole lives. Unfortunately, our parents, it was a really traumatic situation with them. And so we were estranged for quite a few years. Yeah. So we have we have like voicemails of our father like threatening our lives, threatening to come find us if we even like got near the property. So we were very scared.
All right, so we have a $200K mortgage foreclosure. What's the contract for the sale of the property on? What's the price?
405.
405 sale price.
and the buyers are responsible technically for paying. So again, like any kind of, money that they need to put in will be money like taken away from what they can put, back into the property.
See. Okay. What's the village's position with regards to these?
This one's a tricky one, because it is in foreclosure, so the village is entitled to whatever surplus funds are left at the end. We're entitled to some money. Because there's a mortgage involved, they're also required to hold all this in escrow. So these lien amounts are already being held in escrow. We're not opposing reduction. The trouble on the first one is that it's even the reduced amount is $54,000. So that is a difficult one. The second one's a little bit more manageable at $9,591.48. But again, the village has been spending legal fees to defend the foreclosure action, all the money to get these cases through. I understand. I'm sympathetic to what they're saying.
And I'm sorry, we do have a lawyer that's fighting the foreclosure. I don't know if that makes a difference.
No, yeah, I understand that, but the village also has to defend and preserve its rights in the foreclosure case as well to maintain its standing to get money.
To file appearances in the case and to defend the liens.
Okay.
So there's additional expenses for that.
Okay.
Which go on in foreclosure cases these days for years and years and years. This
All right,
one's been in foreclosure a while.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm looking at. We have a $405,000 sale price, a $200,000 mortgage. According to the village, they're willing to take about $65,000 to satisfy $300,000 worth of liens, which would leave you about 100 and something left. So, I understand your empathy with the buyers and they're wanting to fix it up, but they're just gonna do whatever they want to do and flip it. They're gonna deal with it. So the 400 is their prize, whatever. So if I grant these, at least you will be able to try to get the foreclosure and the other things stopped and maybe get a couple dollars out of it. And what is that? 266, 300 versus 60. It's about 80%.
And there's on the first case there's more latitude. I give you our standard number every time, but it's
So I
certainly
can
at your
drop
discretion.
that. So I could make it like 40 and then 9 and then.
I mean, our
50,000.
goal again is not to preclude the sale. I just have to manage the village's expenses in terms of following these cases all the way through, and but yeah, that first case is a hard one because of the significance of the fine amount.
All right. I will reduce the fine of $266,350 in case number 1645 to $40,000. I will reduce the fine of $44,050 on case 18-842 to $9,000. Both payable by, give me a date like 60 or 90 days out so they can try to get a closing and do all this stuff.
Be amazing. 90 days if possible would be really appreciated.
So that'd be December 13th.
By 12/13, or the amount goes back to the 300,000 and
Okay,
all
got
get
it.
eaten up. So
Okay.
you'll get an order out of this probably sometime next week, so you can talk to the attorneys and the buyers and everyone else and see if you can still go through with this. And hopefully this will cover everybody and you'll at least walk out of it with a few dollars.
And
Okay.
does
Just
that
so you're
go
clear
to
that
the property, that's what I'm wondering. Just
Well,
'cause we don't live.
The
you know,
orders. If
the
you
orders.
leave, do you have a card?
Yes.
Yeah, can I have it sent to me?
And just make sure that what the special magistrate just said to you is that those reduced lien amounts have to be paid by that date, or they go back up, and you only get.
So the 12/13.
12 of the 90 days. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Right.
Okay? Good luck.
Okay. Right. And so, wait. So the payoff statement. 'Cause the lawyers instructed us to make sure we get. That's what.
You'll get an order that's called an order mitigating fine, is what he will sign in a couple of days, and she'll make sure that you get a copy of
Call
that.
me tomorrow so I know where to send it.
Okay, with the address.
But you probably won't get it till
Yeah,
probably what,
next week.
Monday?
Oh, okay, next.
Is that
Yeah. That.
Yes,
should
that would be
okay, as
great.
long
okay?
Monday,
Thank you so
Tuesday.
much.
I have golfies.
Thank you. Good luck.
Okay. Let me guess, more fine mitts,
Yes, sir. Next one
people who
is
show up.
18-2031 9100 to 9250 Belvedere Road, Royal Palm Business Plaza condominium.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. Right.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Okay.
Your name, sir?
Ryan Aboud, A-B-O-U-D.
Yes.
And your relation to Royal Palm Business Plaza condo?
I'm legal counsel.
Oh, you're legal. Sorry, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And what was your name? I'm sorry.
Mine is Amity Barnard. A-M-I-T-Y. Barnard. B-A-R-N-A-R-D.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
As special
If you
magistrate-
look at the first page of the agenda, we're all
Oh,
I'm on.
oh great.
Nope,
Thank you.
not me. Yeah, I'm not on
there.
there.
You're there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Nope, not my name.
Village attorney,
Just
you're,
you.
you're a blank.
I'm a blank.
Oh,
As
that's
special
bad.
magistrate for you, the fine amount in this case is $54,550.
54,550.
Yes, sir.
Lots of fives there. Someone needs to play a fantasy five. All right. Tell me why the fine should be reduced, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was hired a number of months ago to address this matter and was informed that, number one, the developer had been indicted for fraud when this community was first being built. This is a commercial condominium development with a number of buildings. And there was, I don't know if you want to call it a bulk buyer, but someone came in after the developer was indicted for fraud and ended up buying more than 60 units in the community. And after owning 60 units in the community, he essentially controlled the board. And he essentially ran this condominium. This is a legitimate condominium under Chapter 718 Florida statutes. Instead of running this condominium like a condominium is supposed to be run with adopting budget, paying common expenses for assessments, he literally ran this community like his own personal piggy bank, for lack of a better word. Apparently this guy's name is Joseph Walsh. He served as the president for some time. He put the association into financial ruin. Finally, they got him out. I shouldn't say that they necessarily got him out, but after, from what I was told, the federal government was involved in shutting him down, he fled, and he was no longer there, and the board was able to take over control of the association. I don't recall if the units were forfeited or purchased by someone else, but he's gone. And so the association was essentially left with a financial ruin, and one of the things that unfortunately they did not have the ability to deal with were these violations. I understand that they came into compliance. I understand that fines have been assessed. And while I certainly have sympathy for anyone who can't, who does not have the ability to address fines or code violations while allowing fines to run on a daily basis, this is really a situation where just someone ran this community to the ground and they didn't have the ability, financial or otherwise, to deal with this. And now they do. They still ask me to come here and request an extension of time to pay the fines. It may be possible that we have to specially assess the members, which takes time. But the board has asked me to respectfully request that the fines be reduced. I don't know whether the fact that a third-party fraud would justify reducing the fines entirely or waiving them entirely. But this was really a situation where this gentleman, Joseph Walsh, just took control of the association after purchasing most of it, ran off with the money, taking checks for common expenses as if it's his rent checks and depositing into his personal and or personal business accounts. So the association essentially had no money, and everyone was held hostage by this one Joseph Walsh gentleman, who I understand has since fled.
At least it's a news story. All right, so you don't have a proposed amount. You're just sort of begging for mercy.
That's exactly correct.
All right, well, I'm sure they have a proposed amount, so let's see what it is.
I can give you our number, sir. It's $11,922.76 payable by the same 12/13.
I apologize. Payable by
December 13.
13/23. $11,922.76 payable by 12/13/23.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Counselor. Thank you, Your Honor.
That works? It's
It'll
better
have to-
than, it's 80%, I guess. Pretty good.
Yes, and it suffice it to say, even though obviously the board would have wanted the fines entirely waived because of the third-party fraud, let me just at least express my gratitude and the board's gratitude.
And I will just, so that everybody's aware, that a lot of those properties actually went, I think, through tax deed sale. There were, the village spent a lot of money defending and preserving its rights for all the ones that actually did make it to go to a new owner without his involvement. This one was a messy one. The Chinese investor, that was a whole thing.
Didn't the guy used to come in here?
A gentleman did, yeah.
Yeah, he was having horrible times too. So
That was a mess, yeah.
that's why you're getting some good largesse out of it. You used to have a board member or an owner out there, at least, who used to come in and.
I think he was a board member, if my memory is right, but it's
Yeah,
been a while.
I kind of remember what he looks like too.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, I've never heard of the story. When I met with the client and they told me what happened, I have never seen anything like this before, or at least the way this Mr.
South
Walsh.
Florida is a wonderful place where all kinds of things happen.
Right, but for so long, he
Florida
was a-
man is not just for us; it's for the world. Okay. 11,922.76 by 12/13/22. You'll get an order. Someone will get an order. I think you need a card.
Yeah, you have another card.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Sure. You're going to want to get your email address to her, so
And I can write my name on the back. I'll write my email so you don't, I know people get worried about.
you're welcome. Yep, not a problem. Yeah, I remember your clients, or some of your clients' representatives. They were very nice, and they had to deal with a very big mess.
Okay, so one of the I've known one of the attorneys for quite a number of years. It's just a pleasure to deal with her. It's the first thing that comes to mind. It's not bad. She's the only one in person.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she wasn't the only one getting toasted. So. You're welcome,
Thank you.
sir. All right,
Thank you.
we have.
Next is the next one on the agenda, 22-1691, 1213 to 1241 North State Road 7, Village Shops LLC.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request and agent authorization form. Exhibit 2, order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Well, the good news is I signed this in February, so it's not huge, like the 266 grand. Or all right. So what is the amount on this one?
This one, the amount is $21,750.
Okay, not huge, but still big. All right. Do we need to read or write or anything into evidence? We
She read
good?
it in, you're good.
All right. So tell us who you are, ma'am.
Lily Vasallo, the property manager.
Lilly,
Lilly.
and Vassalo.
Vasallo.
Well, I got double letters in the wrong places. Okay. Lily Vasallo, property manager. I tried to get their names spelled correctly for you. So
Thank you.
we try anyway, and then sometimes we go, "What did you have?" I don't know. What did you have? This looks close. We'll do this one.
I get the 2 S's all the time.
Yeah, well, you got, and then you doubled the L's. I mean, it was fun too. All right, Ms. Vasallo, property manager person. Why should the fine be reduced?
So we complied as timely as we could. There were some shortage on the new plantings that we did, and then we paid a mitigation fee of $43,000 to the village.
Okay, so they paid a mitigation fee and replanted.
Well, that usually goes into a tree fund, so they didn't replant, so they paid
They
in
paid
lieu
instead
of
of replanting.
correct.
Okay, so they paid a $43,000 in lieu of fee
And
instead
replanted
of
as well.
repairing.
Does she have a reduction number in mind?
You have a reduction number in mind.
I was looking to be waived, but,
You're not going to get waived because there are just expenses involved. But what
And
is
this
the
one
village-
is one that this is a commercial property. This one went on for a bit of time.
So we were due to be in compliance February 8th, and we complied February 17th.
but no
Not
one
possible.
called
No, ma'am.
because we would
Right.
have seen an affidavit of compliance in the file.
Well, George Missimer went out there on the 17th, and he told us it was all under compliance. And Linda Walker she sent me an email as well, saying that she has spoken to George about this.
Yeah, that's this letter here. The village complied you on May 5th, 2023, and that's the letter from the landscape architect.
Okay,
So it wasn't a matter of days, it was a matter
March,
of
April, May,
months.
3 months.
And
But it was completed on the 17th. And I have
Well, if it was-
pictures. I mean, George went out there and did the inspection.
See,
That May 5th has to be administrative because it was complied on February 17th.
here's my problem with some of these things. I'm a trial lawyer. Okay, it's what I've done for 30-something years. And if I'm going to go to a hearing and deal with these sort of things where I say something has happened and someone has done whatever, I'm going to ask that they be here, Ms. Walker and Mr. whatever his name is,
George.
and George, and I would have the photographs and the other evidence that it was complied 6 or 7 days later, not 3 months later. And you don't have any of that, do you?
I thought Linda was going to be here.
So, and that becomes the problem right here. It's almost, do you wish to withdraw this and do it another month before we go forward because you need some evidence here? You don't have what you're looking
Well,
for.
I'm not sure that the letter that I have here, which I can show to her and then I'll show to you, is dated 5/5, as I said, from George Missimer, the village's landscape consultant. And it says, after an inspection was performed on May 5th, 2023, the subject property was found to be in
And
compliance.
she's going to say that she did it on the whatever February date is, and she needs to prove that. She says she has photographs and other documents. I'm willing to give her a chance to come back with those things, because all the landscape architect can do is say,
But what she's
I s-
also saying is that George told her on the 17th of February that it was complied. This letter completely contradicts that.
no, all this letter says to me is that the landscape architect went out there on the 5th and confirmed that it was in compliance. He has really nothing there that says it was complied on the 5th or it was complied on the February date. So
17th.
So yeah, you're going to tell me, or you're going to prove to me it was done. Now, proof to me that it was done on the 17th may be just the payment, if you're going to pay into the mitigation bank. Otherwise,
This
I
is
don't
an,
know.
I have an email from Linda Walker to Ms. Vassallo dated March 15th, 2023 at 8:51 that says, Lily, I'm just confirming that you received the tree bank estimate. I noted the case that you were waiting on the tree bank estimate as of 2/17 and also that the estimate was provided to you on March 7th, 2023.
Okay, so she was waiting for a tree. See, the problem really here for you is I don't know what you did on the 17th to comply if it was not replacing trees.
We replaced the trees in addition to paying into the bank.
Okay, so then she can't bring proof of tree replacement by the 17th.
But tree replacement doesn't get her complied. Paying the amount that's required to mitigate for the trees you are not planting is part of complying the property.
Okay, well, if she wants to come back and prove something, because right now I have no proof of anything other than their dates.
Okay.
The date is May, and that gives you 3 months of fines, which probably gets you up to the 21 grand.
And just for the record, when the new trees were planted on the 17th, the mitigation estimate was not provided until March 7th, so it was after we comply with the new plantings.
Okay, and maybe Linda will be here as well. You want to withdraw and resubmit for another month?
Please.
Withdrawal granted. You can try again. Bring in your photos or proof. See if you can get Linda here or George here, whoever it is here.
Okay.
Okay? Withdrawn. And we get to another one? Do we have another fine mid, or are we doing something
No,
else?
I'm not sure who's here now. These are people who came in after the signage sheet
All
was
right, why don't
pulled.
we find out who they were?
Excuse me, so I'll just have to send in the paperwork again for next month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So back on 11/8.
He's not, no order.
No order, just
Withdrawn.
withdrawn. You just no withdrawn. I don't want them to have their only one opportunity without anything to back it up. I don't mind if they lose. I don't mind if they win, but they just need to prove it. That's what happens when you're a trial guy. Okay. Who do we have left?
Calling your case. What address are you, sir? 133J.
Page 5. Third one up.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, yay. I like people who can find stuff for me. All right, who are we doing now? The Adams?
Yeah, I don't, what address is she?
118 Santa
What page, you know?
Cruz. First one.
Is it a violation?
All right, who are we doing next? Are we doing page
We're
5?
trying to figure it out, hold on. Okay.
I'm coughing because I finished my wine.
So we're doing the bottom of page 4, it's a violation hearing, 23-0458, 118 Santa Cruz Avenue, Duquesne, Illinois.
Okay. And new number 10.
Code sections 14.4 and 06198, 3 and 5, disabled vehicles, sidewalk and driveway are stained. Observe this violation on 5/4/23. Send out notice of violation certified mail on 5/6/23. Post that to the property. Send out notice of hearing on 7/11/23, and they got that on 7/13/23. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay.
What's your first name?
Paulette,
Paulette, and your last name is?
Delina.
Okay. And your relation to Duquesne? How are you related? You're his wife, okay. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service with notice of violation. The notice of violation. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing and the signed green card. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. Just showing that he owns the property.
Gotcha.
Exhibit 4 is photographs. Violations. Do you have any objection to these documents being entered? Any objection?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I hear no objection, so they're admitted. All right. Tell me about this one, code officer. Oh, service via post. Oh, we have a signed green card too. How nice.
Yeah, and a notice of hearing.
Yay. All right. So what's going on with this one? What's dead?
In this photograph here, the car to the left has a expired tag of 2/23, I believe. The truck, the silver pickup truck, has a flat tire and a bunch of items stored inside of it. They don't move. This red truck here, also in the apron of the driveway, has an out-of-state tag. I'm not sure if it's expired, but again, that vehicle does not move at all. And the sidewalk and driveway are very stained.
All right. So tell us about your cars.
First of all, I don't speak English very well, but I'm gonna try to. All these cars, I cannot do anything with them, cause his Dawkins is not at the house anymore. Cause we, in the case domestic violence, he don't allow to get there, and then I don't have any contact with them, even him. And only thing I do, I trim the bush and then cut the palm branch. And what is last week I asked someone to clean the driveway. They asked me to move the car.
but I cannot do anything. I don't have the keys. I don't have anything. That's mean it's hard for me to do.
So do you expect the village to sit there and let you leave them there forever?
I didn't say that,
Well, that's what that's the logical conclusion of, there's nothing I can do, so they're just going to sit. So they're trying to fix a problem with the village with dead cars. You know? And you have the dead cars. And now your reason for not moving the dead cars is that you can't. So what do you expect them to do?
So,
I mean, you heard the other people that I talked to about the dead cars, right?
yeah.
I mean, they have a much worse, they have an equally bad situation. Okay? They have a brother who will not acknowledge these things. They probably do not have the keys, the same flat tires, everything. I mean, it's almost identical.
But
So what do you want them to do? I mean,
it's
they're
not my
not going,
fault, you know? It's not my fault. They're
well,
not mine.
it's
And
going to
then-
go against the property. He owns the property. He's got the cars. What do you want them to do?
He cannot go there. That's the that's the order from the court.
So he could mail you the keys. He could drop the keys off somewhere. He doesn't have to be in contact with you to do this. It's not that you just have one. You've got 3 out of 4. You know?
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
like one dead car, one unlicensed car. You could just get a license. You could just put the tire up. But these are all dead, staying dead. And they're going to be dead for a while. And do you think your neighbors like that?
What?
Do you think your neighbors like all these not moving
No,
dead
even
cars?
me, I don't like it too. Even
Well,
me.
So here I am.
I don't
I'm
like
trying
it.
to find something because we can't sit there and just say you can keep your cars there forever. They won't do that. They have proved that these are inoperable vehicles, that their tags are out of date, that the tires are flat, that they don't move. So they have proved their case.
Yeah.
And what can I do now? All I can do is order that they be removed or a fine will be assessed. That's all I have the power to do. Now, can you find the titles to these cars? Because if you could find the titles to the cars, you could get one of these junkyards just to pick them up and pay you for them. And they'll tow them for free.
I know.
But if you don't, you're in the same position as the ladies earlier with the brother who had the cars. You're going to have to find someone to tow them out of there, or there's going to be a fine on the property. Yeah. So I don't know what to do other than grant what the village is asking because they proved that these are disabled vehicles and it violates their ordinance.
And this was actually written in May. May 4th is when I sent the violation. Of course, there was a courtesy notice prior to that.
So May, June, July, August, September. So it's already been 4 months. I'll try to give you a little more time,
Please.
but if what did I give the other ladies? 'Cause I'm
So
already-
that's what I was going to suggest. We were asking for October, but compliance now by 12/8,
12/8,
12/13,
12/13.
or $25 day fine.
All right, so to be fair, I'm giving you the exact same thing I gave the other ladies who had the problem with the brother. You have until December 8th to have the cars removed, or you will come back on December 13th and face a $25 a day fine. So you can try to find the titles and see if you can get a junkyard to get rid of them. You can talk to attorneys or whoever and tell the person who has a restraining order that they can come pick them up or they will be removed. But whatever is done needs to be done by December 8th, okay?
Okay.
All right, 12/8, 12/13, 25.
Thank you.
Thank you. Going now to page 5, 23-0732, 133J Court, Lisa D. Hazer.
Code sections 12.4C, Garbage can in public view. I observed this violation on 7/18/23. Sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 7/21/23. Was signed for on 7/24/23. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 8/10/23. And I did not have service until now when the gentleman appeared. So I'd like to know the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Okay. Derek Hazer. What is it?
Derek.
Your relation?
Son.
These are the exhibits the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation. My green card,
Finding of fact, right?
notice of hearing, verification of ownership, showing ownership of the property. Photograph. Finally, an affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents being entered?
All right, they're saying you fixed it, but you didn't fix it in time, but there's not going to be a fine because we aren't at that phase, so just make sure that you keep the garbage can behind wherever you're keeping it now, because that seems to be working. So you're going to get an order in the mail that's called a finding of fact, which says you fixed it, but you fixed it a little late, so don't do it again.
The grass, I had trouble.
Don't even tell me about the bad things that aren't in here.
Yeah, you took care of
Yeah,
it.
you
with
take
all
care of
that time.
everything else except for this one little issue that you
Well, for
took care
some
of.
reason,
no,
the grass
you don't want to
guys
tell
just
me.
stopped coming.
No, that's, I don't know about Florida and rain.
And you've been parking better also, thank you.
Thank you.
So you're good. You're gonna get yourself out of here without admitting to other things that I can find you for. So have a wonderful evening, and you're just gonna just make sure that it stays behind whatever it's staying behind.
Okay.
And you're granting a finding of fact?
And I'm,
Yes.
I've granted a finding of fact.
Thank you, sir.
Can I ask you a question that's unrelated?
Sure, I get paid by the hour.
You said you're a trial lawyer, or
Yeah.
you were a trial lawyer. Is it like the movies?
Very, very, very rarely. I did get to catch a cop testifying in a lie, and it was like one of the coolest things ever.
Good job.
But it was in a civil eminent domain. Yeah, civil eminent domain case. The police officer owned the property, said the property was being flooded because they elevated the road in front of his house. Said it flooded for 2 weeks. I said, you know, the next time there's a big heavy rain out there, I sent the maintenance crew out. I said, if you see flooding out there, you keep on driving. If it's dry, you take pictures. It was dry. They took pictures. He went up and said, my property flooded and it stayed flooded for weeks. I said, here's a picture. Otherwise, normally it's very bad stress. You have to deal with clients who are not fun. It's no Perry Mason. If I had to do this all over again, I'd get an MBA and work for a large corporation and find myself a nice job where I could hide and find a good pension.
Cool. Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank you. Good luck,
Have a
sir.
good night.
talk my daughter
too.
out of law school. Smartest thing I did. All right, it's 7:10. We're going to
Yes,
take a
sir.
2 or 3 minute recess so I can recess, and I will be back. See, Margaret's recessing as well. We wait for the, yeah.
I didn't notice, I haven't looked at it, really noticed it.
I just found out from a planner that my email address in the Glen Ridge site is wrong. I've only had that email address for 30 years. Like, the planner called me and said, I tried emailing you something. Did you get it? I said, no.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what's your email address? I went, da-da-da. He said, that's wrong on the town website. Okay. All right, back in. Let's start on 1-1. Page 1, number 1.
Yes, thank you. These are fine assessment hearings, case 23-0152-10418 Carmen Lane, Constance J. Cowley.
I'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Service was via posting? Yeah, there's an affidavit
Oh,
of service.
sorry, yes, the affidavit of service.
Yeah, I care more about the affidavit of service than I care about anything else in this case. Once you tell me that they had due process, a notice and an opportunity to be heard, and they don't show up, that's on them. How much?
This one's been out for 13 days, 325 and
25
continuing.
plus continuing is granted.
23-0234-903 Hibiscus Drive and Zillingold.
I'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. An affidavit of service with the order finding violation.
Okay, so we have an affidavit of service, you have service. This is a silly fine that's probably going to run up into the tens of thousands. Because I could move on, can. So
Same thing,
325
13
plus
days.
continuing
Yes.
is granted.
Thank you.
23-0238-114 Galliano Street, Susan L. Sullivan.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Signed green card equals service. See, this one's worthy. This one's got a good pile of stuff in it. And you're only going to do 325.
No, this one's more. This one actually was out for 35 days.
All
so
right, so they deserve
875 and continuing.
875 and continuing is granted.
Thank you. 23-0.
They run the gambit. It's like, let's do a half a dozen things.
23-0283-676 Peppergrass Run, Sandy Voltaire.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. An affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Permanent information.
Okay,
Excuse me.
so AC changeout. And I'm sure they changed the AC because you don't want to die here in Florida without it. But hey,
I even talked to her, and she's been trying to get a hold of the company to do this, and they paid it. They put it in, but they just didn't pay it.
This one's been out for 13 days, so 325 and continuing.
at least she's better than the solar people and she got an AC out of it. Okay.
23-0283, 220 Parr Drive, Marie F. Joseph.
285. Did you
I think so. It's 23-0285.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, permit information.
All right, so you have service via posting. There's a Park Drive in Delray. A friend of mine lives on it. So
This one's been out for 35 days, so 875 and continuing.
All right, exact change out. Another AC system, I guess, because it says no ductwork. All right, 325 plus continuing is granted.
Nope, 35, 875, 35 days, 875 and continuing.
875 and yeah, plus continuing. Granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
23-0420-11487 Sage Meadow Terrace, Ricardo A. Barriabar.
Like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, pictures.
Affidavit of service is service. I remember this guy. Yeah, he was fine. All right.
This one, Special Magistrate, the hedge is over 8 feet, which is 9.5, is going to be a continue to comply.
All right, 9.5 is the hedges.
Yes.
Yes. And for the other section that remains in violation, it's been out for 13 days, so 325 and continuing.
Granted.
Thank you. 23-0502-122 Spanish Pine Terrace, Ricard R. Evans.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, you have a signed green card. He used to show up for hearings. I guess he decided he doesn't want to play
This one's been out of compliance for 35 days, so we're asking for a fine of
875 plus
$875 and
continuing is
continuing. Thank you.
Thank you.
23-0596, 11686 Oleander Drive, Home SFR Borrower 4 LLC.
I'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Ah, Willie. He's one of my faves.
Is it really him?
Willie, he's my guy. He's got the best stamp ever.
Who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? Something Miller.
Yeah, there's another one that has these great stamps. Yeah, if you're going to be in the mailroom, I'd go to Office Depot and make me a stamp up. I'm going to sign all this stuff.
Well, it was Wes Miller.
Yeah, we remember these guys. It's
I know.
like, I don't know your CEO, but I know your mailroom dude. He's cool. All right, is this an 8 or a 3?
This one's even different. This was out of compliance for a total of 8 days, so
Oh.
200 and not continuing.
200
Is that right? No. It is in continuing. It's not in compliance as of today. So 8 days, 200 and continuing.
They're going to say, why do you know how to multiply 35 times 25? It's 875, right? Don't you know that?
Thank you.
You're granted.
Thank
Okay,
you.
next.
23-0533, 197 Parkwood Drive. May call S. Hidalgo and Karen Y. Caldez Velasquez.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS400 permit information.
Jackson Pollock.
Is another one?
That's
No, it's worse, yeah.
a New York School of Abstract Expressionist signature on this one. You have a signed green card.
This one's been out for 13 days, 325 and continuing, please.
Granted.
Thank you.
23-0553, 110 Martin Circle, Malin Martinez and Jose El Torrento.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Truck. Prior to the prior secretary for the board, I used to have a game called Truck or Car. We came up to parking on the lawns or disabled vehicles. I'm guessing truck. Just so you know, when he goes, truck, what's that? All right, so you have a signed green card, you have service,
This one's-
and
You lose.
And you lose, yeah.
I
It's a
lose.
car.
what is it? Is it a sedan or a mini?
Oh, they have one there. They have one on the other side.
Oh,
Now they moved it to the backyard.
my daughter wanted
front
an Audi.
yard.
I'm like, no.
This
How
one's
much?
been out of compliance for 8 days, 200 and continuing.
That's a weird number for you people. Granted.
Thank
It's
you.
almost 325.
Thank you. Violation hearings, top of page 3, 23-0423, 274 Ponce de Leon Street, Progress Residential Borrower 5 LLC.
Code Section 14-4A, disabled vehicle. I observed this on 4/24/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail 4/26/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 7/5/23 and was signed for on 7/11/23. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
See, I looked at that car on my way home for months, and I went, they got a flat tire, and they left it in the middle of the freaking driveway. They couldn't move it over to let the other car in. And now I knew it was complied because they've moved it over, turned it around, and now they're parking 2 cars there.
I just said
Thank
that
you for doing
today,
that.
yeah.
Thank you for doing that. I was like, as board guy, I cannot complain about anything because I would be judge, jury, and executioner. So I just look at those and go, look
And
at that
it
Lincoln.
takes us this long, you know?
All right, is this a finding of
Finding of
fact?
fact, yes, sir.
Yes, there are 2 vehicles on that each. Yep. Next, please.
23-0459, 11650 Balsam Drive, David Portilla and Tammy Fonce Sanchez.
Code Section 6135, house numbers are not posted on the structure. I observed this 5/5/23. The notice of violation was mailed out 5/11/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail 7/25/23 and was also posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right, so you have affidavits of service, so you have service. I was saying the garbage can was the easiest thing to fix. No, actually,
Yeah.
you need to find some lattice or a bush or something to hide it behind. This is the easiest thing to fix. A couple of screws and a few dollars at Home Depot and you're done. Oh, okay, this is a
This is violation, yeah,
10/26,
comply by
11.
10/26 or 11/8, fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
23-0475, 12016 Greenway Circle South, number 102, Everton Lug and Mercy Scott.
Code Section 622-105.5, permit 210690 is expired. This was written on 5/12/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/13/23 and was signed for on 7/13/23. The notice of hearing was mailed out 7/16/23 and was signed for on 7/29/23. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; and Exhibit 4, permit information.
Okay. You have signed green cards for service. What is this? What are we dealing with? Windows, doors, impacts. Permit extension applied for. And then nada. Okay. They tried a little.
This one again, we're asking for compliance by 1026 or the 11/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
23-0507, 103 Oxford Court, Robert and Carol Y. Espada.
Code Section 622-105.5, permit 222434 is expired. This was written on 5/15/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/16/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing went out 7/25/23 and was also posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; and Exhibit 4, permit information.
All right. Service via posting is good service. Digital inspection code. See, they don't even tell me what kind of fund it was.
This one again.
Anything, but it's the building department clearing their files out. 1026-11/8/25 is green.
Thank you. 23-0545, 103 Oxford Court, Robert and Carol Y. Espada.
Code Section 622-105.5, permit 222438 is expired. This was written on 5/15/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail 5/16/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail 7/25/23 and was also posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing and affidavit of service; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; Exhibit 4, permit information.
See, this at least is an AC change out. Dina likes colored pins.
I know.
You can tell it's a Dina thing. So, all right, 1026-11/8/25.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Just try to give her the lay of the land here.
23-0574, 248 Ponce de Leon Street, Robert Calero Jr. and Vickiana M. Rosario.
Code Section 06-190A1, and 5, 124C, sidewalk and apron part of the driveway is stained. The garbage can is in public view. Observed this 5/18/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/20/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail 8/10/23. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; Exhibit 4, pictures; Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance. And I actually have actual service on
I
this.
was wondering.
Yes.
But you complied anyway, so it's all a finding of fact.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. 23-0576, 149 Santa Monica Avenue, Alfonso J. and Bonnie L. Ferriero. Sorry.
Code Section 06-190A1, structure is stained. I observed this on 5/18/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 5/20/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 8/2/23 and was signed for on 8/9/23. We would like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; and Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right, service via posting is good service. Yeah, that's them. I have stories. You have service. What would you like?
Compliance by 1026 or the 11/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
23-0602, 11475 Sage Meadow Terrace,
Code
Louise
section-
Bonhomme. You're okay.
Code Section 9.5, hedges are over 8 feet. I observed this on 5/30/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 6/1/23 and was signed for on 6/3/23. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail on 7/21/23 and was posted. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
And they just keep flipping it. Oh, there we are.
Couldn't
It
find
took
it.
forever
Sorry,
to
I
get
went the wrong
there.
way. Sorry.
It's all good. This looks like
It's
a
very
Matty,
difficult to see
Matty Green thing or something.
in the way back.
All right. Finding of fact is granted.
Yes, sir. 23-0605, 104 Royal Pine Circle North, James Solidi.
Code Section 06190H, shutters are closed. I observed this 5/31/23. The notice of violation was sent out certified mail on 6/1/23 and was posted. The notice of hearing was sent out certified mail 7/5/23 and was signed for on 7/13/23. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
I was going to say, there's named storms out there, man. Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you. 23-0610 is being pulled.
I was going to say, you haven't pulled anything yet. We're
20
observing one here.
23-0504, 118 Meadowlark Drive, Renan, Bouchard.
Code section is 15141 and 1571. Plants were removed without a vegetation removal permit. I observed this violation on 5/15/23. Sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 5/16/23. Posted that to the property. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 7/5/23. It was delivered on 7/7/23. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 information.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of architecture this is.
Pardon me?
The architecture is kind of
Yeah.
different,
Cool.
don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
It's like mid-century sort of
Modern,
ish,
yeah.
but it's not that. It's a clone or copy of.
Looks big. Imagine it's big on the inside.
Yeah, it looks like it'd probably be very interesting. All right. That being said, 10/26.
Yeah, 10/26,
11/8.
11/8/25,
Granted.
please.
Thank you.
Thank you. 23-0523, 3107 Strang Lane, Farron E. and James C. Bickerstaff.
Code section is 9-1. Permit 20-1359 has expired. This was brought to my attention on 5/15/23. Sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 5/16/23. Posted to the property. Sent out a notice of hearing, certified mail on 7/7/23. It was delivered on 7/21/23. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
So this is a fence permit? I take it?
Correct.
This building department people can't get anything straightened out, can they? All right, 10/26, 11/8/25.
Thank you. 23-0539, 288 La Mancha Avenue, Christopher and Deborah Adams.
Code section 622-105.5. Permit 22-2383 has expired. This was brought to my attention on 5/15/23. Sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 5/16/23. Posted that to the property. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 7/5/23. Posted that to the property as well. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 information.
Oh, first thing is Christopher is probably misspelled on the agenda.
Yes, correction to Christopher, please.
And guess what this is? Solar
Solar.
panels. See, now you know, like, these solar guys come into my yard and they go, "Guy, I'm the special magistrate for the village. You know how many problems I have with solar companies?" They look at me and start backing up. 10/26, 11/8,
25, yes.
Thank you.
23-0659, 124 Sycamore Drive, U.S. Bank Trust, N.A. trustee.
Code
Car.
sections 14-4, 12-4C, and 23-17. Which I think I took that.
You did, just 4
Yeah.
people. Go for
So
C.
scratch the 23-17, 14-4, and 12-4C. Pardon me. Disabled vehicles and garbage cans in public view. I observed this violation on 6/21/23, sent out notice of violation certified mail on 6/22/23, posted that to the property, sent out notice of hearing certified mail on 7/21/23, was delivered on 7/24/23. Like to enter those following documents into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, USPS tracking information; Exhibit 3, verification ownership; Exhibit 4, pictures.
So I was watching a car show because I'm a guy, and they've got like 3 different names for these cars that's in front of the car that's backed up, and
Yeah.
bubbles and their hoodies and something else,
Longer,
depending on the year of the vehicle.
I have no idea, yeah.
I looked at that and went, oh, okay. On their, yeah, you can tell when someone's backed their car up, so you can't look at their license plate. It never moves. It's
It
probably an
doesn't
issue.
move, even though they're low-profile tires. I believe they're sitting on the metal part of the low-profile tire. The car behind it has a flat tire, no tag.
Yeah, we're having fun.
This one, we're gonna change the dates on you, compliance by 9/28, or 10/11 fine hearing, or $25 a day fine.
Now you gotta change this all again. All right, start over. 9/28.
Yes, sir, or 10/11 fine hearing, or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
23-0743, 104 Park Road North, Glenn M. Seals III, and Amy K. Visaki.
Code Sections 1557, grass and weeds exceed allowable height. I observed this violation on 7/20/23. Sent out notice of violation certified mail on 7/21/23. Oh, sent out notice of hearing with it on 7/21/23. Posted both of those to the property. Like to enter the following documents and evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, verification of ownership; Exhibit 3, pictures.
Well, you can tell they just took out their palm seeds to get picked up at the garbage. It did not do a very good job. And otherwise, it looks like a 4-wheel drive kind of place.
This one, again, we're asking for compliance by 9/28, or the 10/13 fine hearing, or $25 a day fine.
Yeah, this is one where they can fix it and the neighbors don't have to deal with it. Grant.
Thank you. 23-0456, 111 Cortez Avenue, Stanley Parker.
Code Section 14.4 and 14.2, disabled vehicles and miscellaneous items in public view. I observed this violation on 5/4/23, sent out notice of violation certified mail on 5/6/23, posted that to the property, sent out notice of hearing certified mail on 6/28/23, posted that to the property as well. Like to enter the following documents into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; Exhibit 4, pictures; and Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Well, I don't have the affidavit of compliance, but I'll accept your word for it.
Finding of fact, please.
Finding of fact is granted.
Thank
People need
you.
to talk to me.
Yeah.
I could get them some good, cheap insurance. These are collective car kind of cars. All right, we get down into the fine mitts. Is anything going on with Maria Woodson?
Yeah, 22-0658 is being pulled. Health safety abatements, 23-0837 is being pulled. 23-0944 is being pulled. Other business, page 7, case 23-0363, 1068 Grandview Circle, WP Real Ventures LLC. We're asking that the special magistrate rescind the previous order finding violation dated July 17th, 2023.
Rescind order is granted.
Thank you. To the agenda, addendum, health safety abatement case 23-0982, 289 Ponce de Leon Street, Progress Residential Borrower, L7 LLC.
Code Section 1557, grass and weeds exceeds height allowed. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service; Exhibit 2, verification of ownership.
Okay. Yeah, I drive by this one every day too. It's like Progress Residential. You have people, you have vendors. Put it on a cycle. It's right next door to the house with the 4-door green Jeep.
There you go.
I know these things. All right. So,
Yes.
well, you know, and I can't complain. I mean, I can notice all I want and drive by. I go, okay, I can't complain. I can't complain. All right. So, granted, I will sign this order.
Yeah, the order before you is requesting a one-time abatement, which allows for the village to recover $80 for its mowing and $206 in administrative at a later hearing, which will be set for fine assessment on October 11th.
All right. I have another order here for Eugenia, that's.
That one was pulled, yes, sir. Just that one order that you just signed is all we need, and that's,
Please let the record reflect that I am signing the minutes for April and July?
April and August.
April and August, because this is my turn to sign a month. agendas. Whatever. Thanks, Hunter. Our signature's right here next to mine. What am I gonna say? You missed April, girl. What the heck?
It happens.
Second floor. man. And look, our code enforcement secretary actually gets to sign
A
something.
new
too.
one.
It wasn't 100%. See, we can throw 100 into the.
She's probably
Plus,
watching us.
He doesn't watch this stuff. I can guarantee you this is not on her agenda. It's
I'll
not
bet
being
you're-
taped.
I'll bet you're right.
I have actually been stopped by a lady in Publix who I watch you on TV, and I went to her, don't you have anything better? I thought it was good, too, which is weird. Okay, is there anything further we do before the magistrate?
no, sir.
Well, Verizon says we can quit.